Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the New York Giants taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, we're in October now, so every... Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall.
And right away, he lost the football. And it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they will take over with a football just outside of the 10 at the 12-yard line.
As you and I both know, one reason teams script plays to start a game is so they can practice them ahead of time. I will guarantee you that fumble was not in the script.
You don't think they had fumble written next to play one there?
No, that was never in the script because they want to have good memories when they go into a ball game, not something that could have gone wrong.
A gain of 3 brings up second down at the 8-yard line.
Straight ahead, here's Tracy. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They had great starting position to begin the drive, and now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Here's Wilson. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Now it's Tracy. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Brings up second and goal at the 3-yard line.
And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Jahad Campbell in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. On 3rd and goal, Wilson under pressure, and they get it to him again. Nolan Smith brings him down on the pass rush.
It's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know, he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down.
A 34-yard attempt.
Gano's kick is good. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
The home team's offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And he continues to show off his ability to run the football when the opportunity is right. He is the NFL leader in rushing yards from the QB position. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Loss of 2 brings up second down at the 28-yard line.
Throwing is Hurts. It's caught on the right side of Smith. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26.
A 2-yard loss brings up 3rd down and 12.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Airing it out deep for Smith. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away.
Fair catch.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10.
29-yard line.
They'll start with a run by Tracy. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
At the 28-yard line.
Wilson. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
Now Wilson. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
That's well done defensively. They get the pressure they needed on 3rd down. All the receivers are locked up tight, and they force that quarterback to just throw it away.
On 4th down, Jamie Gillen on to punt for the Giants. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. On the return, Jackson. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it will be Eagles football 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Sitting in 1st place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
Back at the 36-yard line.
Hurts. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. A give to Barkley out of the gun. Gets past one man. Down to about the 37. The numbers for him from a week ago. 10 carries, 63 yards.
It was a pretty mediocre week for him on the ground. Certainly a boon to his offense if he can get a little more output on his touches this week. He should get some more early carries as his team tries to get him into a rhythm.
This is 2nd and 8. Here's Hurts to throw. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Brian Burns able to record his 5th sack of the season. Was certainly not an ideal first quarter for him. Remember, he lost the fumble earlier, and here he ends up on the ground with a sack.
And sometimes what happens when you make a mistake early, you get too cautious going forward. Just cover up the football and take care of it and be able to cut it loose. Otherwise, your offense is going to stall.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And New York set to take the field. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight, and that means this game is vital. Extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
Brings up 2nd down at the 23-yard line.
They're going to try the jet sweep. Robinson with it. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Here's 3rd and 6.
It's a loss of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Under pressure, and down he goes. Jalen Carter able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. See the athleticism there of Brian Burns stopping him behind the line. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They go play action with Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He's got a 1st down. That's his first catch. Remember, he's the NFL leader in that category at the midway point.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Back to throw here. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. Oh, able to avoid him. And he's got this down to the 35.
12 more yards. That's another Eagles 1st down.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Dexter Lawrence. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
That was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. Three 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. They're going to look to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds.
A 49-yard attempt.
The kick by Elliott is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Possession switching back to the New York Giants. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Got his man in the crossing pattern. It's Slayton. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
And the Giants 1st down.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Here's 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at their 48-yard line.
Going right side, he finds Slayton. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on third down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just loft one toward the bench. Not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Well, the Eagles offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he's been a tough guy to contain this year, and his numbers reflect that, as you can see right here. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
At the 25-yard line.
They'll look to throw here. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Dexter Lawrence able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. 3rd and long. Back to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Dexter Lawrence drops him again for the 2nd straight play, and it brings up 4th down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
And the catch made by Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. They're backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. Wilson. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Got him in. It's Brown. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. That is caught. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep as they'll go instead with Barkley. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd down. At the 38.
They'll drop to throw. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
12 yards. And an Eagles first
Up the middle with Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup. brings up 2nd and 7 at the 47-yard line.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And despite the good footwork, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 29-yard line. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Barkley inside handoff. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 29-yard line.
They'll set up to throw. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
A handoff to Barkley. And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the first down at around the 22. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down. So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. The kick by Elliott is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. And this is going to be roughing the kicker, an inexcusable penalty, Charles.
You've worked so hard to hold him to a 3-point kick. Now you're giving him the ball again with a chance for a touchdown.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Dallas Goedert, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is now 10-3. So that drive spans 13 plays. And the drive was all finished off on the touchdown catch by Dallas Goedert. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And they'll find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
1st down, New York.
Again, Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's now 2nd and 10.
To throw is Wilson. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And they can't bring him down. yards. And the Giants are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. And it just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone. Gano the extra point. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was finished up by a touchdown catch from Wan'Dale Robinson. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd.
Throwing is Hurts.
32-yard line.
Goes right back to Smith again. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Hurts sets up to throw it. This one goes out wide for Barkley. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. To throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
And 8 yards to go.
They'll look to throw again. Out left to Dotson. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
It's 4th down.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. And this will be taken at the 13. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Giants now going to take over late in this first half. And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together. Now Wilson. Robinson hauling it in outright. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Over the middle, taken in by Neighbors. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. Steps away, and he will slide to a halt at the end of that one. So we are deadlocked at the break here, and the EA Sports Halftime Report starts now. Here's Scott Hansen.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. We are into Week 8, and we're starting to get a sense as to who are the haves and who are the have-nots. Let's get into it. Our trip around the NFL starts now. We begin at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. The Chargers at home to take on the Minnesota Vikings. And it's the all-pro wideout, Justin Jefferson. He had his way with the defense from beginning to end. How about 4 touchdown catches in the game? From there, it's off to Atlanta. Let's look in on the Falcons. They're playing host to the Miami Dolphins. And it's Tua. He gets this one complete. 6-yard touchdown pass. This one's gone to halftime with the Dolphins have taken a 3-point lead to the locker room. 10-7 at the half. One more to show you. Let's go to Charlotte. It's the Panthers taking on the Buffalo Bills. And it's last year's most valuable player, Josh Allen. Here he is on target, fittingly, to his tight end. Hey, happy National Tight Ends Day, everyone. And with that, a look here at the rest of the action in Week 8 around the NFL. Meanwhile, in our game, we expected a tight one, and we got it, all even at the break, as we get you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Giants offense set to begin this third quarter. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
And it brings up third down.
Now it's Wilson. And he fends him off. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. So a stop here defensively to start this third quarter. Just what's needed in a tie ball game.
Yeah, good chance to build back some momentum on the defensive side of the ball. In fact, what they've done is give their offense a nice push in the back as they get ready to take the field.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts ready to take over once more. And he's been doing it through the air and on the ground to start the season. Currently leading the NFL in rushing yards by a quarterback here in the month of September. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again.
Taken down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up second down.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Brings up third and 4.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
That's good for an Eagles. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never down for a second. They pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on the keeper the moment they reveal himself.
From the 46, here's second down and 8.
Brings up second and 8 at the 46-yard line.
Here's Hurts to throw. He dumps it off to Barkley. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
That ball caught by Slayton. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Here's Wilson to throw. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 40. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. On to give, it's Tracy. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Second down at the Eagles' 40-yard line.
Throwing is Wilson. It's complete to Robinson. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hip, but they'll say it's incomplete. Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. To throw again is Wilson. That's complete. It's Neighbors. Here's 2nd and 3.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd down at the 17-yard line.
They'll hand it to Tracy, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
A gain of 4 yards. 1st down, New York.
Tracy going to get it on 1st down. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Darius Slayton, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants have taken the lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes it a 17-10 score. Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. And we'll see which team's adjustments are going to pay dividends here as we are just about ready for the start of the 2nd half. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And out now come the Eagles. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Second down, here's Barkley again. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level. You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. The Giants offense and Russell Wilson headed back onto the field. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Right back to Tracy. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Here comes 3rd down at 7. Here's Wilson. That is caught. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That goes for a gain of 31.
1st down, New York.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 31. On the ground, here comes Tracy. And nothing much materializing there in the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 2nd down, 8 to go from the 28.
2nd and 8 at the Eagles' 28-yard line.
They go play action now. Wilson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Nolan Smith able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's the 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. But we'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. A tough spot here, 3rd and 15. Wilson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And his bid for the 1st down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to make it a 2-score game. Gano's kick is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So that CD, an important one here in the fourth quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a two-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a two-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a two-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
And an Eagles first down.
They go play action with Hurts. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 in the first.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. This is Smith with the ground. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try to get the ball back again.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Giants' 33-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. So they got to get to the 23 here on 3rd.
Brings up 3rd
Hurts.
and 7.
Escaping the pressure right. And he doesn't quite make it. Taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Oh, the sneak. It's Hurts. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Eagles have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Elliott on for the extra point. It's up and good, and the lead's now down to 3 at 20-17. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Nifty move.
The Giants take over.
So now the Giants set to take over on offense. They'd lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Here's Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Straight ahead, here's Tracy. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away?
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Nolan Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. We'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Still going inside the 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
Gano the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Eagles 17.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A two-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Gain of 7 brings up second down at the 35-yard line.
Throwing is Hurts. Going right back to Dodson. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
4 yards. That's good for the Eagles. First down.
On the option left, it's Hurts. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
The tackle made by Dexter Lawrence. A 2-yard gain brings up second down.
He'll look to throw. He's going deep for Brown. That's caught inside the 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, 57 yards. And the Eagles have got it back to within a score.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Elliott now to add the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now.
That's the score, Giants.
Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And the Giants ready to come out now. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Now he's free at the 35. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. 71 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
First down, Giants.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19.
Brings up second down at the 19-yard line.
They'll go again with Tracy. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
He's brought down at the 15-yard line.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now it's Wilson. A quick throw there is incomplete.
The intended
So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Giants go on fourth, but come up empty. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on fourth down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First, on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop them. I like the confidence he showed.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Dancing to his left. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
It's a gain of 27 yards. And the Eagles first down. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Be ready!
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. They get 17 more on that one and another first down.
17 yards. That's another Eagles first down. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Hurts going to keep it running right. Oh, no, he lost the football. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at their 38. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. Jet sweep. That's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a first and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And that one too wide and incomplete. The first down line at the 34 here on third down. Wilson to throw. And quickly into the hands of Robinson. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. On the run is Tracy. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Third down, here's Tracy. And he'll get this down to about the 31-yard line. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Boy, as we look down in the field, you can just see how a play like that changes momentum. Look, one side hooting and hollering, getting the big block, and the other side obviously dejected.
And since you mentioned momentum, few plays can change momentum as quickly as a blocked field goal. Big-time play there. Now see if they can capitalize on it and turn the fortunes in their direction.
Pass complete. Goddard. Oh, a nice tackle. A 6-yard pickup, but they need more than that.
6-yard
Now
pickup.
2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4. At the 40.
And he clocks it with just 10 seconds left. This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
A gain of 3 yards.
A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.